and all. Well, we're about to leave Loch Fyne. We're heading in the direction of Glen Coe. I've downloaded a walk for the day. It's about a three and a half hour walk. Nice steady pace. We will see what happens, because as we know, plans change. But that's the plan at the moment. I'll see you when we're there. You might get a little bit of some nice scenery later on. I might turn the camera on for a bit of scenery. Here we are, coming up onto the main road. You can probably see Loch Fyne in front of you there. I can see it. It's a nice sunny day over the mountains, by the way. That's the Isle of Harris you can see in the far distance there. Loch Fyne separates the Isle of Harris from the mainland. I've not been there yet, but there is every chance I will go. And of course, I'll take you along with me. I'm hoping that we might even get a better view of it in a minute or two. The problem is, when you turn these cameras on sometimes, by the time you turn them on, the view that you thought you were going to get has completely changed, because you get a bend in the road and that's it. As you can see now, we're not even... you can see it through the trees there, but that's not the best of views. I did have an open bit of the loch. There you go, you might see it there, look. Anyway, it's the big lump of land that is Harris. From here it looks as if it's attached, but of course it's not. It's in Vereri, you can see in front, and again it's changed because I turned the corner. You'll get the full view of it in a minute. There we go, in Vereri. Yep, going over the pretty little bridge now. Nice view, isn't it? There's a lot of trees in the water, but Scotland got absolutely battered by winds and high storms a few weeks ago. Nice little arch that we drive under in a minute. There we go, we go through this arch, look. There we go. Yep.
Continue on A819 for 14 miles.
There we go, look. Okay, this is a viewpoint on my way up to Glen Coe, and it's all of the mountains that you can see. The sky is quite moody. I'm hoping that this will come out better in post-production, because it's difficult to see it at the moment because the sun's on my screen. But there you go. There's all the snow on the mountains. Really nice. Well, I've just found another little location here, and I've stopped to get the camera out because I love these rocks in this a tiny little lake high up here in the mountains. And what I want is to get a shot of the mountains with some foreground. So I'm going to compose the shot. I've already done one, but I've just seen one that's probably more interesting, so I'm going to get myself over to that one, and then I'm going to show you the shots that I've done and give you all the information about how I did it. Here we go, folks. This is the footpath we're walking on. Glen Coe. It's about a 3-hour walk. It's an in and out walk, and it starts at the very top of Glen Coe. We thought you might like to come with us for a bit. I'm going to do a bit of a pano for you. There you go, it's lovely and sunny down in Glen Coe itself, right at the very bottom there. It's desolate. It's like a scene out of Skyfall. And just on that subject, the lot of the scenes were filmed. The Skyfall scene itself was filmed up here in Glen Coe. And where we're heading to now is very much Harry Potter land. I think it was the Order of the Phoenix that they teleported, or whatever they do in Harry Potter. I'm not really up with it, but they did what they did from Gringotts in London to this place where I remember the scene in the film. They were camping. They had this small tent, and as they went inside, of course, it'd be imagined it opened into this huge tent, and it was at a lake. That lake is at the very end of this walk. I'm assuming my legs don't give in, or I feel it's not getting, or I feel it's beginning to get too late to complete the walk, because it is afternoon now and we have to be back before dark for obvious reasons. We will hopefully film that lake. Now, because we are in Glen Coe, because we are, you'll have to excuse me puffing and panting a bit, because we're going up and down a bit. Sorry, where was it? Right, yes. Because we're in Glen Coe, because we're in the middle of mountainsides, because we're in the middle of nowhere, and we don't want to put ourselves at risk and harm. We don't want to put anyone else at risk and harm having to rescue us. So my pockets are full of what I call pocket emergencies. I actually have a emergency blanket in my bag. I have a cigarette lighter in case I need to light a fire. I have a compass, and I've taken a compass bearing before I left my van, and I've taken a compass, and I will take another compass bearing a little bit further on the route, so that I do know if I happen to stroll off this path and get myself a little bit lost, I know the bearings to return. I also have a bottle of water, and I have some emergency biscuits with me, just in case. The only emergency I haven't got is any biscuits for Rambo, but he'll be alright. If it was a real emergency, of course he'd get under the blanket with me. As you can see though, he does have his high-vis coat on, and I have my Built-A-Mere coat on. That's a little in-joke between myself and my brother. Maybe one day I'll talk to you about that. We're just going to cross this foggy section. Can you see this? That's pretty nasty stuff. It's a good job I got my good walking boots on as well. That's the other thing. Good footwear is essential for these sort of walks. There's no good turning out in your flip-flops or your training shoes, because you're just setting yourself up for a fall. So anyway, I'm gonna hold the camera a bit and he's off, and let you enjoy the view for a little while. I won't film the whole walk, because that'll get pretty boring, I should imagine. But I will film this first part. I'll film some more in the middle, and I'll film some more when we get towards the end of it. As I said, hopefully at that lake. I will look up the name of that lake, because it does have a name. Unfortunately, it has slipped my memory. Can you see the beautiful snow on the mountains though? I know I can. And it is quite pretty down here, it really is. Never be afraid to come to Scotland in winter. It's one of the best times to come, because there's absolutely zero midges about, and the best of it is very few people about as well. That's the bit I like, because I'm not really a people person. Even though I do these videos for you lot, I'm not really a people person. I'd rather have my own company with my dog. right spot, is there? That's pretty much where we're heading for. It's at the top there that we turn around. Anyway, got to get the wiggle on. I've got 2 hours to get there, and I've got 2 hours to get back. Now it's a 3-hour walk, so I've given myself a little bit of time. There's a wiggle room, as you should. So I was earlier talking about Scotland and not being afraid to come here in winter. I'm going to show the colour of this water here. It is so clear. Look at that, it's almost blue. Anyway, the reason I come, apart from the ones I've explained to you about the midges and the people, is because the scenery is just as stunning in winter, if not more, because you keep the snow on the mountains, which is really nice to see. Of course, there's always a chance that it could snow whilst I'm on my walk. Another good reason for wearing a good stout pair of boots, because they are right about what they say in Scotland. You can have sunshine, you can have rain, you can have snow, you can have mist, you can have it all in the space of a few hours, and you really have got to be prepared for it. Just like Rambo with his high-vis coat. Anyway, off I go. One of the things about videoing and photography is always look behind you. Rambo, this way! Always look behind you. And there's the view that we've come from. Of them. Can you see them? We'll blow them up on the picture later if they go. There's loads of them. Can't see the stag. There they are, look. Fantastic. Fantastic. The view from the other side. Not quite as spectacular. But there we go. So we're on our way back down again now. Well worth the view. Well, folks, we made it to Glen Coe. We're going to have some supper now. I'm gonna say that's the end of this week's video. We will be back with you next week. We hope you've enjoyed this one. We're off to Fort William, and we are also off to Invergary, and we've got some pretty impressive pictures of some boats. We've done quite a magical tour of the staircase locks, called the Mermaid Locks, just outside of Fort William. We did our shopping in Fort William, so join us next week, where you can enjoy another great week of views and content. Take care for now, folks. Please give us a like. Please give us a subscribe. Can you see my dog? Look, he's going nuts, look. What is he up to? This is his squirrel. This is Squirrel, look. And look, you can see it's a squirrel. Look at that. It's a bit of a dead squirrel, look. It's flattened. There you go. Have your squirrel. Right, we'll see you next week, folks. Take care of yourselves for now.